welcome back to Crystal Vision Therapy. Of course, I am your host, Deja Robinson. And today I was inspired to talk about something because of just feedback I've been getting and just shows I've been watching. And I guess I thought it was important to talk about common things that may be why therapy isn't working for you. And let me preface with, I don't think therapy is for everyone, but I do think it's for more people than they realize, right? People are walking around like 90% of the population isn't therapy material, and that's just not the case at all. A lot of y'all are therapy material. You just have a block, and we'll talk about that right now. Y'all, we're gonna start with a bang. I think the number one reason why therapy doesn't work for people is they lie. Y'all be lying. Y'all don't really work on what needs to be worked on. You come into therapy and you fill the session with things that are just not important. And we only can do what we can do, right? We only know what you tell us. You know, we don't have the insight of family and friends. So if you come in here and you know you're doing wrong to people, but you're the victim, you're not going to benefit, right? If you're not truly talking about what goes on in your mind and the thoughts that you're having, you're not going to benefit. So please be honest. You're paying for it, or your insurance, like someone's paying for it. Like, don't get what you're supposed to get. And I promise you, your therapist has heard it all before and is not shocked. Be honest. Y'all be lying. Y'all really will sit up on your Zooms, drive, waste gas, sit in someone's room to lie. Don't lie, y'all. Don't do it. Number 2 is someone told you to come. I see this all the time. People are in relationships, they want to keep the person, and then they show up and they're just like, oh, I'm here because someone told me to come. Okay. You know, is there something that you feel like you need to work on? It doesn't work if you're being mandated sometimes, right, by another person for you to come. You're going to be reluctant to talk, be reluctant to share things, and you probably won't even know where to start. This can be good for some people, right? If someone gives you a nudge and says, hey, I think this will be really beneficial for you, but and then you get into it. But there are people where it's just like my partner said I was gonna leave unless I made an appointment. I don't know what else we can do I don't know what we can do with that, because all that tells me is that, you know, you are just trying to hold on. And you're not gonna be as committed to the process. So sure enough, usually a couple sessions, I guess when, you know, their spouse or partner is satisfied, you know, they end up dropping out. So that might be why. Number 3, you're being undertreated. So therapy is a tool, right? But there are a lot of tools in mental health. One of it being medication, inpatient services, outpatient services. There are so many different modalities of therapy, and you can't just, you know, be displaying schizophrenic symptoms and go to a therapist. Like that's not appropriate, right? So you want to find your appropriate modality of treatment. There are some people who are severely depressed, where therapy can be annoying because your therapist is going to be asking you questions, trying to motivate you, trying to use different techniques and interventions. And sometimes you can be so low, it doesn't work. So that's where medication is needed. So please don't come to therapy to avoid medication. Couples therapy, we got to mention couples therapy as number 4, because oftentimes couples want change in the couple system without the work. Or it's, I'm coming in because my partner is not a good partner, so change that person. That's not the intent. You still have to do work, even if you feel like you are the party that's been harmed in the couple system the most. There's still things for you to do, and I see that sometimes there's resentment when that person is directed to do something different. It's like, wait, I didn't do anything. I'm the good person here. Yeah, but you're still having an effect on the couple system. So you are still required to show up and do the work, not just the other person. So definitely when you are considering couples therapy, definitely consider for the right reasons and expect to work. Number 5 is the wrong type of therapy. So people don't realize it's not just talk therapy that's out there. There is creative arts therapist. There's a hip hop therapist. There is, of course, you have your standard marriage and family therapist. You have your hypnotherapist, right? There are so many different kinds of therapies that sometimes you have to find the one that you most subscribe to. Sometimes it's, once a week, I meditate in a group and that's my therapy, right? I don't necessarily want to talk, and that's okay. And I think that that's a common misconception where I need to be able to talk. It's good to talk, right? It's good to share your feelings, but sometimes that's not all it is. And sometimes that is not the best fit for you. Number 6 is quite common, right? The therapist-client fit. Sometimes you just don't vibe. That doesn't mean that therapy isn't for you. It's just that therapist is not for you. I am so inspired by people who come to me that are like, yeah, I've had like 8 therapists, but I'm still chugging along. They see the value in it. Even if they had 1 or 2 sessions that maybe didn't go the way they wanted, or even if they didn't have a good fit, they see how important it is for them to have an outlet. So keep going, keep trying to find that fit, because when it fits, it fits. It's just so good. It's like good for the soul, even for the therapist too. This one is frustrating for everybody involved. There are clients that come to therapy and they absolutely do not want to change. They don't want to try anything different. They don't want to take control over their situation. They want to complain. Kind of want me to reinforce the fact that they feel powerless and that they are powerless, which is, I would never do that because I don't believe that, right? Everyone is powerful. I couldn't do what I do if I didn't believe that everyone's powerful. So that's frustrating. If you do not want to change, if you feel like, listen, I'm good the way I am, therapy is not going to be for you because your therapist is going to want you to change. You should be working at something, you should be working towards something, and you should be making changes to make your life better. And so that is like the worst. But I appreciate you guys for like listening to this short video about why therapy isn't working. I would love to hear maybe why therapy isn't working for you or did not work for you. Until next time, take care.